Hello, have you ever played a game that you really enjoyed, but then all of a sudden, not really enjoy anymore? Or has your taste in video games done a full 180, or in some cases, even an entire 360? Today I wanted to look into a question that's been on my mind for quite a while now, and maybe on your mind right now as well. Are competitive online games less fun now? And are some people moving towards more casual and relaxing games? Or is it just me? Yes. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you... Oh no, I'm not done yet. I've only just begun. So, pull up a chair, if for some reason you're standing right now, and let's discuss this topic further. Now, just to be clear, when I say competitive online games, I don't necessarily mean the ranked matches. You can still play the casual mode, but the whole nature of the game is that you're competing against other players, whether alone or with a team. Not too long ago, I was still quite heavily into competitive online shooters, some better than others. And I was really into the competitive nature of fighting other players or teams, usually as a team, but in some instances as a lone wolf. Like for example, solos in Battle Royale games. And while I wasn't the biggest fan of Battle Royales, I did think the concept was pretty fun. Especially with Warzone's Verdansk, a large city where you could run and hide in wherever you like, as long as you were inside the circle. What kind of ruined it for me, however, were some of the other players. And I don't mean players who play semi-regularly and are pretty good. I mean players who are always online and don't even give you a chance to bleed. Because sometimes the last thing I want to do after working a soulless 9 to 5 is jump on a game and get absolutely destroyed by a chronically online 12-year-old. And I understand that you're seldom going to win in these types of games, but when you're not having fun, and when your idea of de-stressing is getting more stressed, you have to stop for a minute and think whether a competitive game really is the best option for you.
If it's not fun, why bother?
Thank you, Reggie. I'll take it from here. Now, I don't have anything against PvP games per se, but lately I've realized that the problem I have with PvP is the P. And sometimes the P. PB? Damn gamers, they ruin gaming. Anyway, because there was a point for me where enjoying an online game felt like a roll of the dice. No, more like a flip of a coin. Either I was going to really enjoy the game, or really not. And it wasn't because I was a sore loser, as there were games that felt well fought, like both sides put on a valiant effort, where I could honestly say, yeah, good game. Meanwhile, there were times where the opposition felt so overwhelmingly stacked that it got to the point where it really did not feel fun anymore. And now I know what you're thinking, and yes, why not just get good? But I think even if I did get good, it might make me enjoy the game a little more, but if the game is 50-50 for me to begin with, then I still don't see it making such a drastic difference. I don't mind difficult games, but sometimes online games just feel impossible to win, and playing for fun doesn't feel as satisfying. That and I need to balance this with this. On a rare occasion, I would be in a team that was a steamrolling team, where at first it was kind of a fun reversal and pure power trip, to the point of spawn camping the enemy team and racking up those points. But after a few rounds like this, of not an epic comeback, but just pure one-sided steamrolling, it started to feel trivial and kind of boring, and not a whole lot of fun either.
If it's not a battle, where's the fun?
Thank you, Reggie. Again, I'll take it from here.
What an asshole.
I find myself trying to find a good balance between challenge and fun in video games, and for a while now, I found it quite difficult to find that balance in competitive online games. Now, of course, this is purely from my perspective, as I'm sure many will disagree, but I think some might feel a similar way, and it begs the question, have I outgrown competitive multiplayer games, or are the games themselves not as fun anymore?
Am I so out of touch? No, it's the children who are wrong.
And speaking of, it might simply be because I'm no longer the target demographic for these games, and therefore are not as appealing to me. Take Fortnite for example. I spelled it like this in a damn script. Its popularity has been monumental, and with the player base and memes to go with it, has very intentionally been targeted to younger players, which of course is perfectly fine. The impact has been so big that even Call of Duty is looking like it wants to be Fortnite as well, except in doing so, has alienated a lot of its community. I mean, I remember when Call of Duty was the Medal of Honor killer, made by devs who had previously worked on the Juggernaut and make their own game. Now Call of Duty has surpassed tenfold what Medal of Honor was, and in a way, became the very thing they set out to destroy. But I digress. I've noticed lately that I've gone back to single-player games, or at least games that either have more chilled gameplay or challenging gameplay, but where the main enemies are NPCs. Some of the games in question aren't particularly story-rich or narrative-driven either, but I find the gameplay super fun and engaging. I grew up in a time when video games were pretty bare bones with the story, but focused on the gameplay, so this makes a lot of sense to me. A game that perfectly fits a good middle ground for me at the moment is Helldivers 2. It has the frantic, action-packed gameplay without the sweaty opponents, and is a game I often find myself playing when I want something faster paced than, say, building little cities and bases, but not to the extremes of having to deal with enemy players who play like they haven't seen the sun in weeks. And recently, introducing my brother, cousin, and friends to the game has made the experience a lot more fun too.
Holy shit!
Maybe I'll tuck my head. Oh, watch the mines! Watch the mines!
Oh my god! I dropped all the samples.
Games really are more fun with friends, and even games that I would not normally find fun by myself. Years ago, a few friends convinced me to give World of Warcraft a go, a game that looked interesting, but not my cup of tea. But having a LAN set up so the four of us could not only play the same game, but have banter in the same room was truly priceless, and I enjoyed a game that I otherwise may not have. More recently, during the lockdowns because of the Big C, friends and I played Payday 2, a co-op game that when I played by myself, or with strangers, years prior, I found it to be a quite bland and unpolished game, but playing with friends and chatting on the mic made the game so much more fun. I still think it's a quite bland and unpolished game, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't have a lot of fun with it. And yes, even the competitive shooters are more fun with friends, to the point where I don't mind them from time to time. But actually, never mind. I think I'll stick to more casual games.
That's enough of this game.
So, are competitive games less fun now? Honestly, I think it depends on who you ask. I think that as time goes by, my tastes change, so while I might not find them as fun anymore, it doesn't mean that this applies to everyone else. I will say, however, that with the rise of more AA games, and more indie games, I have noticed that there has been a shift in popularity to more of these types of games, especially those designed for co-op play, whether it's with your friends or even strangers online, with some of them being perfect for streamers as well. A lot of these games remind me of what I felt about games in the past. Games that were made for fun, that took risks, and made with heart and soul, and not just for money. I will also say that the online gaming landscape has changed over time, which comes as a surprise to no one. As gone are the Unreal tournaments, and Quake 3 arenas, for the most part. And a lot of the online games today feel like they were made to make the most amount of profit imaginable. Microtransactions, battle passes, expensive cosmetics, along with things like skill-based matchmaking and toxic communities, are probably why I'm moving away from these types of games now, but fully understand why people still enjoy these types of games. My brother, for instance, still enjoys online games, saying that he finds fighting other players offers an unpredictable but great challenge, and feels super rewarding when you actually win, which I totally understand. My dad still plays video games, but he never got into multiplayer games because people play at 1,000 miles per hour and prefers single-player games, which I totally understand as well. And me? I grew up with a lot of 8 and 16-bit games, both 1 and 2 player games, often playing with my bro or dad. And then later, when I started playing more multiplayer games, it was usually couch co-op games or playing with friends. And later still, with online games, a lot of them felt more fun, either because of the server customization and community support, or simply because I was playing games online for the first time. Also, my mum doesn't play video games yet. I think sometimes my love-hate for competitive online games comes down to the actual games themselves, and when you start treating them like a second job, is when all the fun simply ends. And for some reason, sometimes it takes ages to finally stop and play something else. I guess old habits die hard. Sometimes there are legitimately fun and wholesome moments with strangers online, reminding me that not everyone wants to just win at all costs, and are there to have fun, which I really like. But that's enough about me. What do I know anyway? All I can say is that the most fun that I've had with online games, whether with friends or with strangers, is simply having fun and not taking it so seriously, and legitimately laughing out loud in the process.
I'm sorry.
How dare you?
I'm not in the
Oh,
same
sorry,
game.
I try to hit.
Just go like friends, maybe.
You want to try it again? You want to try it again? Huh?
What, you're gonna shoot me?
Jesus.
Thank you so much for watching. What do you guys think? Do you prefer single-player games or multiplayer games? Maybe a bit of both? Do you prefer going against other players or teaming up with them? Let me know in the comments. I really enjoy making these videos and gladly make time to write, record, and edit my videos, and would love to do this full time. I am very grateful for the views and subscribers that I have gotten, and would be super happy if you guys left some comments to help the algorithm and all that rigmarole. If you liked this video, please feel free to like and subscribe, and I thank you all so much for watching. Grass.